Hello, my name is Stuart. I'm a classical record collector. I also sell classical records from my website, lpclassical.co.uk. I'm based in the UK. So yes, I went into a charity shop today. It's a local charity shop and they have got a lot of records. I go through them maybe, I don't know, I go in a couple of times a week hoping to find something. I just thought I would make this video. I got my phone video out and just videoed a bit of me going through some of the records. So just have a look and see what you think. And I've got something interesting near the end because I found a set of 78s and that's partly what I want to talk about. Let's just have a look then and see what I've found. Oh, there we are. They've got a big bookcase full of records. Not much so far. There we are, Joe Loss. I see that quite a lot. Sorry about the picture quality, but no, it's just a phone. There we are now. Opera arias and duets. I put that to look at later, just in case. I'm not really too interested in it. Country music, Mexican brass, Green Valley, Mantovani. No thanks. The Diamond Sisters, I think. Marty Robbins. Let me know if any of you are interested in any of these. Andy Gibb. Obviously I wasn't really interested in any of this type of stuff, but Slim Whitman, I don't know a lot of these. Ray McVeigh, don't know him. Tony Mercy, missed that. Okay, well, there's a classical one. I just had a quick look. To be honest, I've seen this one in there before. And no, I mean, I would be interested if it was an SXL, but it's just the mono LXT. So let's keep going. No, it's nothing much, nothing interesting really. No. Mario Lanza, good voice, but no. Green something. I'm not too sure what that was actually. I saw that before. That's a second copy. No, hardly any classical. Continental looks like some sort of dance record. Oh, Don Estelle. Do you remember Don Estelle from It Ain't Half Hot, Mum? He played Lofty, didn't he? I don't know. Maybe I should have pulled that out. No. No. Vince Hill. No, I don't know him. Country Giants. Jim Reeves. Schubert's Greatest Hits. No. That's a Scottish music record. Jimmy Rogers. No. By the way, where I am, there's a lot of Barbara Dixon around. I get fed up seeing Barbara Dixon. It's crazy, isn't it? You never see any decent sort of pop and rock records in these charity shops. No Pink Floyd, no Queen, no Genesis. I mean, nothing remotely decent. It's all absolute dross. It's just, obviously, I guess that they go through them when they come in, and anything that's remotely interesting, they just pull it out. For pop, anyway, pop and rock, you never see anything interesting, really. Waltzes of Love, Blue Hawaii, I'm not sure what that is. Max Greger, don't know him. Once Upon a, looks like a film soundtrack or something. The World of Children, Dixieland, what's that? Pete Fountain, Dixieland, sounds American anyway. Bert Camford, no, you see a lot of that. Here we are, Lloyd Webber, Ovation, the best of Andrew Lloyd Webber. I think it's probably a compilation of all his best songs from his musicals. National anthems, here we are, Paganini, Violin Concerto No. 4. That would be good actually. That record has been there so many weeks. I've seen it before, I've had it out, looked at the condition, it's not in good condition. International hits of the 60s. Gilbert O'Sullivan. I think that's cheeky. He called himself Gilbert O'Sullivan, obviously playing on Gilbert and Sullivan, the Arthur Sullivan and Gilbert, the obviously famous operetta duo. The Magic of Zamfir, nope, more 70s rubbish. South Pacific. You can see what I'm going through here. It's just so depressing. Wunderlicht, it's some kind of German thing. Polka, Pops 2. Super Stereo. Domingo, no thanks. That one is Caruso, no thank you. Geely, no. The Spinners. Do you know the Spinners? Have you heard of the Spinners? Are they any good? Are they worth buying? I mean, they kind of sound like maybe I should have bought it. I don't know. Probably not. Sounds like some kind of Irish band. The Incredible Max Boyce. No. If you see any that you think, oh, I should have bought that, let me know. I don't know what that is. Delius, that's just an MFP. No. There we are. Midsummer Night's Dream Marg. Yeah. If that was the stereo, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? So I've seen that in there before as well. James Last. No. No. Joe Loss again. The Glory of Wales. Sort of like roaming in the gloaming, isn't it? There we are. Good old Shakin' Stevens. Do you remember him? This Old House. Actually, that's slightly unusual. Maybe I'll go back and get that. Shakin' Stevens, just for that one hit, This Old House. He was like the British Elvis, wasn't he, from the early 80s? No. There we are, the Seekers. I like the Seekers. Well, let me correct that. I like the Seekers when only Judith Durham is singing. When the guys are singing, I don't like them. So, and unfortunately, most of the tracks are with the guys singing. I think Judith Durham had such a beautiful voice. And when she's singing, I want to listen. But when the guys are singing, I've got no interest at all. So I've seen this record before. I think it's in poor condition. And then the New Seekers, of course, who, you know, I quite like them. And I'd like to have a greatest hits album because they did do some good stuff. But this one I've seen before and it's not in good condition. The band's Best Dutch Swing something. Tchaikovsky, but it's like a Whitehall. It's not worth buying. Pavarotti on an SXL. Is that worth having maybe? Maybe it is. Pavarotti in concert. I'll put that to one side to come back to it. But to be honest with you, I did come back to it, looked to the condition, wasn't happy with it. Now, actually, that one there that I just pulled out, it's got Leoncavallo Pagliacci on one side and Cavalleria Rusticana on the other side. Actually, I've seen that there before. I would have had it. I like those two operas, but unfortunately, it was in poor condition. Tom Jones. Oh dear. So there we are. So that's the end of that. Okay. Then I looked down at some of the other shops. I didn't go through the whole lot. I only went through about 100 or so. So there we are. £30 price tag. Now, these records are all priced at £2 each. But you buy 5, you get them at £1 each. Now, this is an exception. They put a £30 price tag on this one. David Oistrakh, which would easily be worth it if it was stereo. But it's not. It's the mono, and consequently, it's worth hardly anything at all. Okay, now here was a sort of interesting find. 78 set of Gershwin Concerto in F. Let's have a look at it. It's on Columbia Masterworks. This must be like a 1935, 1940s record. There we are. There's Gershwin. It's got the set number there, MMM512. How many records have we got in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. I mean 8 sides. Let's have a look. 15 10-inch Columbia Masterworks records. That should be in every home. Let's read through this if we can. Okay, here are everyone's favourites, from the cherished lyrics of Carrie Jacobs Bond, never heard of her, to Debussy's lovely Reverie, from our great national anthem to the traditional songs of the Russian people. All are recorded by world-famous members of Columbia's family of artists. If you have not heard these records, hear them today. Your Columbia record dealer will gladly play them for you. 79 cents each. Now, I'm assuming this is around about 1930s. And I looked up what was $1 worth. So yeah, sorry about that. What was $1 worth in 1930? What does it convert to in today's money? I looked it up, and it's about $42. So 79 cents would have been what? Let's say $32 then, right? So $32 for 178 with about 3 minutes of music on each side. Think about that when you think, oh, music's gone up in price a lot. It's now like £25 for an LP record. Think about how much people used to have to pay for these things. They were really luxury products in those days, especially the 30s during the Depression. Who could afford them? Okay, so sorry, let's just have a look at some of the artists then, if we can. Let's have a look. Do you recognize any of these? Andre Kostelanetz and his orchestra, Nelson Eddy, baritone, and he's singing, oh, I can't quite read it. Jean Sablon, baritone. So quite a few arias here. John Carter, tenor with piano accompaniment. Don Cossack, chorus. Serge Jarov conducting. Andre Kostelanetz and his orchestra. To a Wild River, I can read that. To a Water Lily. And then Geezer King playing Debussy's Reverie and a Strauss Serenade. Stokowski conducting the All-American Orchestra, Pledge to the Flag, the Star-Spangled Banner, and God Bless America. Nino Martini, tenor with orchestra, Maria Mari, and Torna a Sorrento. And then Charles Coleman with piano, Rhys Evans. So it's mostly, well, virtually all songs, aren't they? Just arias or songs. Because the thing is with 78, because they sort of lasted like between 3 and 4 minutes, and a lot of arias are like 3 or 4 minutes. That's why such a large proportion of records that were sold, like Caruso, sold by the absolute million. That's the kind of music. Because as you've seen, this Concerto in F by Gershwin, I think it lasts about 20 minutes, and it fits on 6 sides, 678 sides. That works out right. Say 3.5 minutes a side, 20 minutes, and that would fit obviously on one LP microgroove, one side. Think about the hassle of playing a 6-sided, concerto, and having to get up every 3 minutes and turn the record over. Think how dedicated, and think how much money. Because if it's 79 cents for one record, then for 3 records, I presume that it's going to be like 3 times the sum. And if it's in a nice box set like that, it could be 4 times the sum. So you're looking at, in today's money, $120 for one concerto. That's a frightening amount of money. It really is. Just for short works, imagine doing Mahler's, say, Second Symphony on 78s, how many records it would be, how many 78s. Yeah, I mean the microgroove LP record was a huge leap in technology and convenience. If you think that it went from 3 or 4 minutes on one side with very crackly limited dynamic range and everything, it went from that on those old shellac records to relatively, quiet vinyl microgroove records, full frequency sound. Okay, I know it's not quite full frequency, but in terms of what the comparison, it was really amazing advance in technology. Thank goodness, because I don't know how I would have survived as a music lover listening to 78s in those days. All right, let's see. There's more, of course. Lottie Lehman, Nelson Eddy, Barbaroli conducting the Bartered Bride overture. Yeah, again, that's what it's good for, 78s, just an overture or a song, the Cradle song. There we are, Columbia Recording Corporation. This is obviously an American issue. Yep. Wow. That is absolutely unbelievable. Look at that. Now, I didn't buy it. I mean, I could go back and buy it, but why? Why would I need it? There it is. It's heavy, by the way. That was so heavy. I'm picking it up with ease, but actually it was really heavy in my hand. It felt like it was about 3 kilos or something. That's it then, yeah. So that was my visit to the charity shop. Yeah, that is an amazing set, really. But, for old time's sake, for historical value, you know, I'm pretty almost certain that is worth absolutely nothing. That is, and I've heard from 78 dealers. I mean, in the old days, in the 90s, I used to get offered collections of 78s, like a couple of thousand 78s. And there was a guy up in the Wirral called Joe Winstanley. I don't know if he's still alive today. He was one of the top 78s dealers. And I used to buy record LPs off him as well. He was a very sweet old man. And he had a huge horn 78s player, an old wind up. And he used to play voice records on them. And my God, the sound quality actually on that big horn, it was almost like going back in time or something. It was really quite amazing to listen to. But I used to say to him, "Oh, I've got somebody with a collection of 2078s." And he would say, what did he say? I mean, he wasn't interested in going to see them. He almost wasn't interested. It's like the 78s that collectors are chasing are potentially worth more than LPs. They can be worth thousands and thousands, but the odds of finding a good one are so stacked against you as a 78s dealer. No, he wasn't interested in going to see them. I'm not sure how he acquired his high value collectibles, and I don't even know if he's still alive. But 78s are a complete mystery to me. People assume that because I used to deal in LPs that I would know a lot about 78s, and the truth is I knew nothing about 78s. Well, not quite so. Only that it's even harder to find valuable 78s, or let me rephrase that, 78s that are worth anything at all. It's even harder to find them than it is LPs. 10 times, 20 times harder at least. So yeah, there we are really. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I thought you might be interested in that. Not me going through all that rubbish in the charity shop, but finding this and talking about it. Let me know your thoughts. Bye for now.